Hi, this is Dr. Zawish. I'm a chiropractor and hope you're all doing well. And today I'm going to be talking about posture correction and how to correct your posture. You see, this is one of the important topics and very commonly asked question from me and from probably you've been asking it from your healthcare provider is to how to correct your posture and how to maintain it. It's a little bit more difficult than it sounds, but we'll try to go over a few things and hopefully I can shine some light onto this topic. And by the time we finish this video, hopefully you have some good idea how to start correcting your posture and how to maintain it. And then in the next video, I'll try to group up few exercises that will actually you need to do to correct your posture even further and to maintain it, which we're going to talk about it in the next video. All right, so posture correction and correcting your posture is important because I would say probably 80 to 90% of us we don't have a good posture. I mean, when you walk on the street, if you pay attention tomorrow when you go out, doesn't matter if the person is seated or standing or walking on the sidewalk or standing in line, you will see few common features which creates a bad posture. Number one is basically the neck and the head leaning forward, the shoulders roll forward, and the back starts to curve. And basically, because you have to look front and you have to look straight, you can't always walk like this, so you have to look back. So you end up with this posture, which can create a lot of pain, aches, and soreness in the neck, shoulders, chest, and even they can cause headaches such as tension headache. So having a good posture is very important from appearance point of view, which gives us, when we have a good posture, number one, we look a little bit more confident, we stand taller, our clothes looks better on us, and even when we are being watched by other people, we give that self-confidence to them. So it's actually good to have a good posture at all times. Doesn't matter if you're seated or standing or waiting in line. So that's something that we really have to pay attention to, and it's very important. And from the health part of it, like I mentioned, having a bad posture can be the source of many aches, pains, and soreness around the upper body part, including the shoulders, chest, neck, and head, and sometimes in front of the neck as well. So tonight, well, it's night, so it would be tonight. I'm going to talk about a number of things. So one of the quick ways to correct your posture, again, you have to bear in mind that correcting the posture is not easy because we have a very persistent and common enemy, and that is gravity. Gravity is working against us all the time. So gravity, what it's trying to do is trying to pull you down. It's trying to pull your neck and head forward. It's trying to pull your shoulders down. It's trying to put a bend on your back because it wants to grab you and pull you down. So constantly we have to fight that. And one of the easiest way and the quick way, which I made a short video on that, is simply to bring your chest up. Because when you do that, I'll do it on the side as well so for you to see it. Because when you bring your chest up, what happens to the body parts, including the head, neck, shoulders, mid back, and lower back, they fall into a correct anatomical positions or places. And that can actually correct your posture. Not only that, it actually gives you about an inch to 2 inches of height. So if you want to quickly correct your posture, like you're walking and suddenly you notice that your posture is really bad, all you have to do is just bring your chest up. Because once you do this, you don't have to worry about anything else. The rest of the body will follow. The only thing is that you have to maintain this. The problem with this is as soon as you get distracted or you lose your concentration from it, the gravity will pull you down. And that's when we need to come up with a plan to keep the posture more permanently and correct the posture for a longer period. And before we do that, we're gonna look at what happens when we end up with a bad posture. Again, when you look at a person with a bad posture, you'll notice few things. You will notice that the head will leaning forward, so the ear now it's in front of the shoulder. The shoulders are leaning forward, therefore the chest muscles are tighter and shorter, and the back muscles are much more overstretched and weaker, so they can't hold your posture. So that's why kind of the shoulders drop down and the curve of your spine increases in angle and becomes curved more like this. So in order to fight that and kind of correct it and make it stronger and a little bit more permanent, we need to build those up. However, we need to stretch the front of the body and we need to work out the back side of the body. And by that, what I mean is when the posture is stooping forward, we need to stretch these muscles, because when the shoulders are rolled in, when the neck goes down and the head rolls forward, that means these muscles are becoming tighter, shorter, and very stiff, and they just don't want to give. So we have to constantly stretch them to give that freedom to them, so they can actually, so when we try to correct the posture, they can actually work with us. Because if they're tight, doesn't matter how much you correct them, they're gonna pull you in again. So we have to stretch the front of the chest muscle, shoulder muscles, and the neck muscles. And from the back side or the upper back side, we need to build them up by exercising them. And by that, basically, we need to strengthening the upper traps, the rhomboids, the erector spinae, the lat muscles. We need to build them up. We need to make them stronger so they can actually hold us up even when we're not paying attention. Again, these are the stretches and exercises. Because we're not gonna have enough time for this one, I'll try to make another video and I'm gonna go more in detail on how to stretch the front and what kind of stretches you need to do and what you need to do to build up your back muscles, specifically for posture. So now that we know what gravity does to our body and what is it that makes a posture bad, and what we need to do to correct it, we just have to be active about it. And basically, there was another point that I wanted to talk about. Yes, shoulders, shrugging your shoulders, which is very common. You see, us humans have a tendency to shrug our shoulders. That's another factor that causes our posture to be bad, and sometimes that can be the cause of back pain, not back pain, but upper back pain, neck pain, and headaches. Because even when you're walking, running, working out, even watching TV, or you're sitting behind your desk, automatically we try to shrug our shoulders just like that. And we always need to be aware of that, and we need to relax our shoulders, and we have to kind of be vigilant about that, because as soon as you let it go, it's gonna go up again, and that can be the source of neck pain, headaches, and shoulder pain. So that's another kind of a side note that I just wanted to talk to you about regarding shoulders, which is again, when you tomorrow when you start walking, if you pay attention, your shoulders are like up here, and so we just have to keep relaxing them and try to be mindful of that. And basically, that was what I wanted to talk to you about: posture correction and correcting your posture. If you have any more comments or if you have any questions about this video, feel free to drop them or write them in the comment section. And I will see you in next video, which I will be basically talking about how to do stretches and exercises to correct the posture. Have a great night. Take care.